Hello there guys, today we're gonna make a giant swing tutorial. Actually this is a request from CroCurumo and I'm gonna make this tutorial for him. So CroCurumo, pay attention now. Before you start practicing, you're gonna go into settings, you go into display and you gonna activate the command history. You're gonna need that. Second thing, you're gonna set your opponent to throw escape, and even if it's necessary, you're gonna go into the move list, find giant swing. You can press triangle, so you can you also have the move notation up above, and you start to practice simply. You do it slow and easy. You start with forward, half circle forward. You don't press the 1 yet. Get used to the notation. So forward, half circle forward, forward, half circle forward, forward, half circle forward. Now you can start adding the 1. Start slow and easy, don't rush the inputs, you need clean inputs. So you also need to practice on the player 2 side. Start slow and easy. Don't rush it. Just a basic giant swing practice. And then you start again with player 1. If you make mistake, for example like I did, a jab or down forward 1 or down 1, don't get discouraged, just keep practicing, mistakes happen. Just make sure your inputs are as clean as possible. Just keep it slow and steady, and you're gonna make it in no time. So after that you could practice the buffer giant swing. Buffering means, for example, you do 1-2 or 2-1 or standing jab or any poke or any move, and you can buffer the giant swing during the move animation. For example, you do down forward 1 and you practice and you do the giant swing animation. That was a little bit too fast. You need to make sure you input the forward and 1 after the move recovery. So you can also do that with down forward 2. You can do it after down 3. You can do it after forward 1+4, even on block. This is a plus frame move. So for example 2-1 giant swing. Also don't forget on the player 2 side, So any move it will work. Also moves that put king in a full crush, like for example down jab or down back 3 would also work, but the timings are a little bit different. If you want, you can also mix up doing giant swing, Tijuana twister, giant swing, Tijuana twister. Tijuana twister is the basically same notation as the giant swing, but instead of 1 you press 2. This is the Tijuana twister. So for example you do once giant swing, once Tijuana twister, once giant swing, once Tijuana twister. Also don't forget the player 2 side, giant swing, Tijuana twister, giant swing, Tijuana twister. Also you can buffer Tijuana twister as well, but I would recommend to start first doing just giant swing without buffering. The reason being is in match, so practical match, whether it's ranked or player match or whatever, sometimes you need to do just giant swing. For example, dashing giant swing, you see, I did a mistake there. So that's the practice method, what I would recommend for you. Let's see the notes. Is there something else besides giant swing practice? Move and throw mix-ups. Okay, I understand. Mids and throws. Okay, I understand. What kind of mids should you use? Sorry, I also need to check the notes because I got just a minute. Let's here it is. Okay. The mids, what you use to mix up the throws. Yes, okay. I understand. So, in my opinion, you use the fast pokes. For example, down forward 2, down forward 1, forward 3, 1 plus 2. Then I would also use forward 1 plus 4. You can also use while standing 4, or while standing 1 even, if your opponent is close. If you have a read, you can use hop kicks, but hop kicks are punishable, so be careful. I would recommend forward 3. So those are the fast mids, what I would recommend. Let me check the notes if there is something else. Basic poke tools. Okay, let's go over those quickly. So for king, standing jab, standing 1 and standing 2. So simple jabs, +1 on block, standing 1 is +8 on hit, standing 2 is +7 on hit, both are +1 on block. Next I would say forward neutral 1 plus 2. This is 0 on block, +7 on hit, +18 on counter hit. If you get a counter hit, you can get a back 3 just train 1+2, which I'm messing up right now. So this one. Next, I would say down 2 is pretty good. -4 on block, +7 on hit. It puts you in full crouch, so you can use some full crouch while standing mix-ups. You can also do giant swing from there. If your opponent's stacking, you can do last in 1+2, which is -10 on block. You can use for back 1. Back 1 is not a poke, it's more like a... It's basically your magic 4. This is your counter hit tool. It's -8 on block, +3 on hit, and on counter hit you get a launcher. Next I would say it's down for a 2, -6 on block, +4 on hit. It's pretty good. You should use it. Next is down forward 1, -1 on block, +3 on hit. Pretty good. It has an extension, down forward 1, 2. It's -10 on block, +5 on hit, but I would say use mostly down forward 1. The same thing goes for down forward 2, 1, I didn't mention, also it has extension, but the second hit is high, it can be ducked, so don't use this one against better players. Next I would say it's down for a 3, -9 on block, +6 on hit. This one tracks the king's weak side to his left, because most people step right against king, so you can use this one to track them. Next is down 4 and down forward 4. So these are your lows. Down forward 4 is -14 on block, -3 on hit. And down 4 is -13 on block and -2 on hit. Now the difference being is down forward 4 leaves you standing, so even if you hit, you are at disadvantage, but you can sidestep to both sides. With down 4 you can only sidestep up, basically doing the crouch cancel. So it depends, what do you want? Do you want movement? Or do you want a high crush? So next one is 4-3. This is -8 on block, +1 on hit, +9 on counter hit. But you want to use the just train 4-3, 1+2. After that you have Ali kick guaranteed, which I messed up. I'm messing up right now. I'm messing up right now, big time, but you have alley kick free. Let's try one more time and go to the next move. So there, okay. So next I would say back 3. You can use this as a keep out because on block it pushes your opponent away. On hit you can do the just train version. Back 3, 1+2. It's pretty good. It is minus 10 on block, but look at the pushback. Unless your opponent is back to the wall, then there is no pushback and you can get punished. Next, the famous alley kick. Don't use free alley kicks, don't use the mid. So alley kick is basically a round ender because it has range and also it high crushes. So when you use it just one, and you can use it like from the range. Against Heihachi you can use basically you shouldn't use because he can punish that while standing free 1+2 is -8 is 18 frames fast. Alley kick is -25 on block, -9 on hit. So use just one. I would also mention forward 1+2. This is basically your get into. It is -1 on block. It gives free alley kick. So you can do this. So next moves, down 3. I think it is his best low poke. It's +1 on block, +1 on hit, -12 on block. So you won't get that heavily punished. So for +1 on hit, it's pretty good low. You can also use back 4. This is your wall bounce move. It is +2 on block. It puts you back turn, so you can do some back turn mix up. So back 4 is also good. Next I would say forward 4. This is your homing move. It's -9 on block. It gives a knockdown. Also good for again when your opponent's back against the wall. Get a wall splat. I would also say the forward 1+4 is also good for poking. It is +3 on block, +7 on hit. This is your suppress move, so you can use it in pokes. In a poking situation, for example, you have a frame advantage, then you keeping out the pressure. Also it is mid, so if they think you're gonna do the grab or throw, you can use forward 1+4 to check them. Also forward 4 neutral 2. It's +1 on hit, -14 on block. A couple of characters can launch. Kazuya can launch, Jin can launch, Bob can launch, Eddie can launch, Akuma can launch, of course, if he has meter. And I don't know, Geese maybe? So a couple characters they can launch you for doing 4 neutral 2. On counter hit you get a throw. Also while standing 4 is good for poking situation. -6 on block, +5 on hit. That's a chunk of damage. You can also use while standing 2. This is a 14 frame fast homing move. -9 on block, +1 on hit. Just to get in, like. So next while standing 1, although it has short range, it has pretty good frames. It's -3 on block, +4 on hit. It comes out at 10 frames, so it's pretty fast. You can use this one from a crouch dash. You can use this. So basically that would be for poking. Is there something else? Let me check my notes. Giant swing, we have done that. Meet and throw mix-up, we have basically done that by introducing the pokes. Crouch dash, multi-throws and their mix-ups. Okay. By doing a crouch dash, so a lot of players, they know King has multi-throws out of a crouch dash. The crouch dash 2+3 and crouch dash 1+4. So more often than not, people will duck. So you can mix them up with while standing 1+2. It's -10 on block. It is a normal hit launcher, so you can do your combo. You can also mix up with while standing 2. If you think they gonna sidewalk, you can do while standing 2. While standing 4 is also okay, because it does a chunk of damage and comes out fast at 11 frames. So basically you can do while standing 4, while standing 2, while standing 1+2. Okay, let's see if there is anything else. Giant swing, crouch dash, mix-ups. High strings. Okay, so here says tell him what high strings he should avoid using it. Basically, down 4 to 1, you need to be careful, second hit is high. Down 4 to 4-3 is also duckable, even if the low hits, you can duck the second hit. So let's try this to demonstrate. You see, your opponent can duck. Next I would say 4 to 1. Your opponent can duck the second hit if the first hit is blocked. Wait. Let's try to do... You see, your opponent can duck, but you can mix up with 4 to down 1 2. If the second hit hits, you can hit confirm for the third hit. You see? Okay, wait a second. You have plenty of time to hit confirm. So next duckable string, I mean down 4 3-4 is also duckable, but you recover on the ground, you're gonna get a ground hit. So down 4-3 alone is okay. Down 4-3-4, you can use this as a round ender. If your opponent get used to down 4-3 alone, you can do them down 4-3-4 to catch them. Next I would say 4-4-2-1. So this one is also duckable. 4-4-2 alone is +2 on block, +4 on hit. But I don't see where we could use that. I mean, I use the 4-4-2 back cancel for the combo reset, but I don't see where you could use 4-4-2. I mean, out of a distance it is slow, so you can get counter hitted. maybe if you have frame advantage or if you have that Okizeme situation where your opponent is grounded, you can use this move. Maybe. I don't know, I don't use this move. I used to use this move back in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 because it gives +2 on block, so I used to do 4-4-2 into Giant Swing. That was one of my strats. Down back 3, Giant Swing. 4-4-2, Giant Swing. 2-1 on block or hit, Giant Swing. Basically everything into Giant Swing. So be careful with those strings, what I mentioned. Down 4, 2-1, down 4, 3-4, down 4, 4-3, 4-2-1, 4-4-2-1. So be careful with the second hit. So is that it? Basically that's a wrap. Maybe I'll also do a second video where I'm gonna show my hands how to perform the Giant Swing if it's necessary. You can contact me, of course. If you need a video where I show my hands how to do Giant Swing, feel free to contact me. So that would be it for today. Take care, stay safe, see you next time, bye.